Are we live?
We are
Is it real?
live.
Is it real? Good morning. Welcome to Tuesday, Thursday, April, August. I'm Patty Lapone. I'm here to continue the masterclass now that Zoe Caldwell has moved on. This is my lovely co-host, Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio.
Hello, darling.
Live from New York. It's Thursday morning.
Tuesday, Thursday, April, August.
Time heals everything. It's a song. And time heals everything.
Happy Thursday. I'm so glad you remember what day it was. I'm still just wanting to say Tuesday every time.
I don't know why I feel very like, Thursday today.
It does. As much as all the days are running together, Tuesdays and Thursdays do feel very different to me doing this.
They feel very different. Yeah.
It feels like, start of the work week, fresh from the whatever kind of weekend we're having now. And then Thursday does feel kind of a little more relaxed, a little more like sleepy. Maybe it's just because it's cloudy out. I don't know.
I don't like it.
Me neither.
When the hi Noxley, when the Sondheim thing was like never starting, Rachel Schuchert tweeted, "Will anything in this fucking country work?" And
so
I feel like that was just so my emotional truth, like at large.
Yeah, 100%. That's today. I was making my coffee and like I was stirring it and it spilled everywhere, and I just like couldn't even clean it up. I was like, I just can't have nice things. Nothing's going right in the world. Whatever. A drop in the bucket.
Speaking of nothing going right in the world, we have some new segments today.
Yes, very exciting episode today. We have a new segment that we're introducing, and we are calling it Who Do You Think You Are? And it is an opportunity for us to show clips that inspire us because of the criteria is the performance has to show a certain amount of guts, and the performer has to take a risk that either pays off or, even better, one which fails spectacularly.
Who do you think you are?
Well, the clip that we're going to show today is one that we talked about a little bit on Tuesday, but I feel that really everybody needs to see it. And it's from the Sondheim's 70th birthday celebration, Love is in the Air. And it's Helen Schneider singing Stay With Me from Into the Woods. And we'll discuss it after, but please roll.
Buckle up.
What did I clearly say? Children should listen. What were you not to do? Children should see and learn. Why could you not obey? Children should listen. What would you have me be? A witch or a wolf? Or maybe a prince? Oh, you don't understand.
I mean, one thing that I will give her is she plays the beats however they are unfolding in her kaleidoscope of a mind.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't understand.
It's like you don't understand. It's like she just like read the lyrics and she's never seen like an actual performance of the song.
I don't know. I think she might have played the witch. I don't really understand. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, I guess she got off with the orchestra, and so she's just trying to like dig herself out of it.
Oh.
But I don't know. But I mean, in what universe would she be like a rich? Like she doesn't even seem nervous. Although, I mean, people need to watch the whole thing. I mean, the song, I gave Daniel like a 47-minute clip. I was like, can we do this? But like, because the song that she sings right before is Now You Know from Merrily. Yeah. And like, that was just so offensive to me on so many levels. I mean, like, one thing is like vocally, something's gone wrong. And I don't know if this is just the way she was singing that whole year, this whole phase in her life, or like all of a sudden that day she like ran out of steam. But something's gone very wrong. she has to talk weird parts of it, but then like she knows where like she considers her money note is, so she's very like, now you know, and like you can tell that she's like, that's the favorite part of my voice, you know, and like it's just but even in that one, she's still like working the acting beats the best she can. Like I don't know. For some reason, it's so offensive. And what really boggles my mind is that there's also these appearances that came after that on some talk show where Sondheim is interviewed a musical guest. So I'm like, has he seen this? Like, is he
really
like
wasn't happy?
I don't you know, I don't always agree with Sondheim's what did Elaine say about Bernadette? I don't always agree with her choices, but you know, as Elaine said about Bernadette, but when she gets it in the pocket, man, oh man, you know. But I don't understand. I don't know. I mean, I guess she's like a big star in Germany, so maybe the talk show thing, he was just like, it wasn't up to him, or I don't know. Yeah. I mean, it's very odd, but it's weird because like also there's something like so show busy about what she does that I feel like Sondheim like you know, you don't really associate that with Sondheim. Like, I mean, I guess like you had Liza like in Sondheim at Carnegie Hall and stuff, but I mean, even that had
very
a
like
little bit
some people. There is something very Liza some people about it, you know.
Yeah, but also like, but with some people, it sort of is more appropriate than with "Stay with Me."
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah,
like,
totally.
I don't know. Anyway, I really want everybody to watch and say all their thoughts.
Well, and it's so funny as well because her hair, she's wearing like Patty Sweeney Todd wig.
Yeah, except you can see the roots. That's no later.
But yeah, that "You Don't Understand" is just so good. Anyway, so. That was our first installment of Who Do You Think You Are? Took a risk. Do we think
the other video that I was watching that I was like really enjoying that I thought maybe we should use it, but like I really went back to this was Christine Petty has a few weeks ago put out a new video, which was Liza's screen tests, which maybe everybody's watched by now. I had saved it and never watched it.
Yes.
And I finally was like, oh, I'm really in the mood. And it did not disappoint. I had to watch it twice. It's so fucking hilarious.
Christine Petty, her risks always pay off.
Her risks always pay off. Yeah.
Okay, sweet. So that was Who Do You Think You Are?
Who do you think you are?
All right. So what next? Do we want to do our next segment or do you just want to talk about other stuff? What are you feeling? How do you feel?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like I was wondering like if I'm like done with like my intense like Sondheim binge. Well, I think we'll find out because we're gonna do for the next Broken Records. We're gonna do the Sondheim celebration at Carnegie Hall from 1992. So like maybe that will finally like, you know, work the Sondheim out of me.
Exercise the demon.
Yes. Well, okay. Speaking of exercising demons, why don't we do the next segment, Daniel?
Okay, so our next segment is it's in the grand tradition of Patti LuPone's famous feuds that she just can't let go, and so it's an opportunity for us to exercise our own diva demons, and this is called All Beef Patty.
I hardly know the woman.
I'm so happy that you got I Hardly Know the Woman in there. For anybody that doesn't recognize that particular audio, it's from not Patty's appearance this week on Watch What Happens Live, but her previous appearance, which was her second of the three she's done so far. And at one point, Andy's like, oh, we have a question from Twitter. A fan writes, you know, I don't know, it was Janine from Hoboken, you know, wants to know, is the legendary feud with Bernadette Peters real or fan fiction? And she's like, fan fiction. I mean, I hardly know the woman. And it truly is it's Patty's Mariah Carey, I Don't Know Her. And it was unfortunate that it got ignored because that was the episode where she called Madonna a movie killer.
Yes.
So of course everybody was like freaking out about that. Although it was really, Patty's been saying that shit for, since the Evita movie came out, actually probably even since before. I don't know if you know the story that when Patty was in Anything Goes at the Vivian Beaumont Theater at Lincoln Center, and downstairs in the Mitzi Newhouse, their off-Broadway house, Madonna was in David Mamet's Speed the Plow. And when that was opening, Patty famously posted a note on the message board, what do you call it? The cork board in the hallway. Ms. Lupone wishes to inform the management that there is room for only one Sicilian diva in this theater.
Oh, shit.
That wasn't good fun. But it wasn't good fun when she was on all the talk shows when the Evita movie came out saying that Madonna, couldn't act and wasn't
right.
how bad the one Buenos Aires clip she watched was. But anyway, but everybody, of course, cares about Madonna more. And now the age of memes. There were no memes in 1995. So everybody freaked out, but they missed this great moment of Patty throwing not that subtle shade at Bernadette. And she really hasn't said much about that feud, in the press or anything. There was this Seth Rudetsky. Seth has this thing, I don't know if he's doing it anymore, but it was Seth TV. It was on his website. And there was an amazing Patty concert with Seth from Provincetown that was on their website. And it at one point, and he interviews them, like he does with all those great shows he does in P-Town. And he was asking Patty about Into the Woods, how she had been offered The Witch, et cetera, and he mentioned that also Betty Buckley had done the readings, and he's like, it's so funny, The Witch is the part that Betty played, and you were in the mix, and Bernadette eventually played, and it's like the three divas. Do you ever think about yourself as part of this trifecta of the three divas? And she was like, I only think of one diva. And he was like, that's so funny, and she was like, no, like, what do you want me to say? Like, oh, we're all together and we're all friends. It's so great. No, that's not how it is. So that was really, I think as close as she's come besides the comment on Andy Cohen,
Yeah.
But the fans are all like, what's the story? I see these kids posting the comments on all the Instagram things because I follow the hashtag Patty Lupone.
Of course.
And they're all like, what's the story? What's the story? Like there's something they don't know that they want to be told. Yeah. Either that or they're like, you guys, there's no drama. Why do people try to manufacture drama? Right. But I think, the truth lies between the lines. Anyway,
that great area.
My beef.
Yeah, so the actual beef is Patty adjacent.
What?
The actual beef is Patty adjacent.
Yes, well, so I take issue with the concert presentation of the New York Philharmonic Sweeney Todd with Emma Thompson and Bryn Terfel. It just feels to me like a giant fuck you to Patty. There was a concert version of Sweeney Todd with Patty Lupone in the New York Philharmonic in the year 2000.
Yes.
And it was recorded, and it was so successful that it was repeated at the Ravinia Festival and at the San Francisco Symphony, where it was filmed for public television and won an Emmy. And that actual production actually was supposed to originally star Patty Lupone and Bryn Terfel, the great opera singer. And he had a back injury not long before rehearsals began. And that's when George Hearn stepped in. He already knew the part. And anyway, so finally Bryn Terfel got to do Sweeney Todd, like lucky all of us. But so they have Emma Thompson, and I love Emma Thompson, of course, and everybody loves Emma Thompson, so nobody wants to say anything about Emma Thompson, and they all enjoyed her acting of Mrs. Lovett. But I'm sorry, her singing was not good. It was fine, but people are so vicious when they talk about Bonham Carter singing of Mrs. Lovett in the movie, which, by the way, I like the movie Sweetie Todd.
Really?
But I wish it was Toni Collette or Cyndi Lauper or Bernadette or Patty or whoever the fuck you want to put in that role. But I thought Helena Bonham Carter did a good job. I thought, it was a Tim Burton movie. It wasn't, a faggy Broadway concert, and it was done the aesthetic of a Tim Burton movie. And I would have preferred some things being different, but I thought it was a good movie that worked and told the story. Something that worked better in that movie than anywhere before. I loved having Toby played by an actual child. Why does it always have to be a creepy old guy? I mean, I thought Neil Patrick Harris was so sexy and beautiful in that role. And, all those guys, Mano Feliciano, same thing in the Broadway revival. But why isn't it just a kid? And, in fact, it worked really great being a kid. And, it's Oliver. And so much so that the relationship, I loved the way that Tim Burton envisioned By the Sea, where it wasn't just about Mrs. Levitt and Sweeney Todd, but it was Mrs. Levitt, Sweeney Todd, and Toby as a family. And it was so sweet. And in the end, it made the show so much more the piece so much more heartbreaking because, in fact, Toby is going to get killed, and then this surprise twist, spoiler alert, is that Toby kills Sweeney. And I thought it gave the show so much more emotional heft, than it had in those elements. So I like the movie, but anyway, people were everyone loves to complain about that movie and how terrible Helen Carter was, and. So why do they give Emma Thompson a pass? I mean, I'm a huge Emma Thompson fan, but it didn't work for me. And then it was broadcast and the whole thing. And I just don't like something coming in that, and it was like, it's almost like it eclipses, Patty's accomplishment. Mrs. Lovett was tremendous.
Yes.
And she really had to lift up her leg and piss all over that roll to hold on to it because, it was very threatened at the time. I mean, Sweeney Todd, the New York Philharmonic, was May of 2000. And I think March of 2000, there used to be a sort of encores kind of thing in LA called Reprise Musicals. And in March of 2000, there was a Reprise Musicals Sweeney Todd with Kelsey Grammer as Sweeney and Christine Baranski as Mrs. Levitt.
Right.
And actually that production also had Davis Gaines as Anthony and Neil Patrick Harris as Toby, who were in our production too. So, it wasn't that one doesn't matter. We had the same, Phantom and the same TV star, and then not long out. And so then, so Patty didn't want to give that up to Christine. So she did Sweeney at the Ravinia Festival, and then she did it in San Francisco, and she got it on TV, and she'd had the album. So it was and now everybody knows that Christine's singing has proved to be a disaster because she did Follies at Encores where I would love to see Christine as Phyllis, but she was only Carlotta, and you'd think she could sing on Still Here, but she stank in that song. I don't know why. I love Christine Baranski, but anyway, we have that now. But at the time, there was still the possibility of maybe Christine will be better than Patty. Maybe she'll be funnier. Maybe she'll understand the Sondheimian wordplay, and the lyrics will just get lost in Patty's rush obbligato. But so Patty had to really sink her teeth in that and still go but so after Patty did those 3 productions in 2000, 2001, then in 2002, Christine did Mrs. Lovett opposite Brian Stokes Mitchell in the Kennedy Center Film Festival. So it was a little rocky. And what did Patty do? She did it on Broadway to finally be get off my property.
Right.
And although cruelly denied the Tony Award for that performance that she so deserved. Whatever I said about Joanna Gleason deserving the Tony as much or more than Patty in 1988, LaShawne's deserved the Tony for Color Purple less than Patty in 2006.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to ease your pain about Emma, I do think in the grand scheme of things, in the grand context of our culture, Patty is the one who's remembered for Mrs. Lovett, not Emma. So I don't think it's a threat. So I think you can sleep easy at night knowing that. Because I
hear you, but I don't sleep.
What role would you like to see Emma in if you had to dream cast her in something?
Desiree.
Is she not too old for that?
Oh, here we go. I mean, yeah, like, okay, so I don't know. Ariana Grande for Desiree and Emma for Madame Armfelt. Everybody's too old that I like.
You're preaching to the choir, honey.
I mean, all the gays on Twitter are talking about like daddies and zaddies. I want to talk about grandmas, you know?
Grammys.
What about great aunts?
Great
That's
aunts.
what I want the trend to be.
That's right. Yeah.
I mean, just while we're on that topic, you know, the big question in my mind is like, how do you just too old to be the witch in Into the Woods?
Is Patty?
Yeah. I mean, I know she's not going to be the witch in the Broadway revival of Into the Woods, you know, but like, can we pull off like a Carnegie Hall or Philharmonic or whatever? Like, can we do a Hollywood Bowl? Well, I guess they just did it, but you know, can we add in like a one night or like a 2-week Into the Woods?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's well, and the witches, it's about the transformation, and it's not. I don't think she necessarily has to be like super young. It just needs to be like, you know, as Bette Midler says in Hocus Pocus, younger.
Yeah, I don't know. Do we? Oh well, we have to do our Dolly concert kills.
Yes.
There's going to be a new segment, and we should explain it for the fans, because if you're not a fan of the pod, you wouldn't know that Dolly Concert Kill is the game we play that's like Marry, Fuck, Kill.
That's right.
Except we usually give our guests 3 performers, and we ask them to choose one they would like to see in a Broadway revival of Hello, Dolly. One they would like to see in a peak career concert, you know. So for example, if it's like Liza Minnelli, it doesn't have to be like, you know, get her a car service to your venue tomorrow. It can be you would like to have been there in Carnegie Hall in 1979 or whatever.
Right.
And then, you know, unfortunately, the third one by default is the kill. Well, not always by default, but often. But we thought we'd play it differently on the live stream and invite the fans in the live chat to give us Dolly concert kills, and Daniel and I will you know, hash it out.
Right. So just give us 3 performers, and then we'll assign them to each category.
Yeah.
All right.
Just waiting for the comments.
Are open. The DMs are open. Slide on in. It's gonna be really sad if no one submits something.
I mean, is nobody watching? I can't tell.
The numbers are a little low.
Well, word hasn't spread yet about all these fabulous new segments. You know, that's
right.
what people need the information.
BroadwayWorld, we'll get them to do the press release, and
yeah,
the people will know.
All right. Well, why don't you give me one?
Okay, I have one for you. Emma Thompson, Christine Baranski, and Helena Bonham Carter.
This is so cool. Okay, Dolly concert kill, Christine, Helena. Okay, so vocally. Now they're coming in. All right. So real quick, I will just thank you, kids. I will just say for Dolly, I think despite her limitations, I would like to see Christine as Dolly, because I know Christine, even if everything that comes out vocally is just a hot, stinking mess, she will still be able to commandeer a Broadway stage and just carry that show with flying colors. She'll come down that staircase and we will leap to our feet, and we don't care if she just barfs up green diarrhea. And I guess for concert, that leaves me with Emma Thompson, because I feel like she'd have great stories. And like, if she sings like Send in the Clowns and like, you know, the right material, it could be good. And Helena Bonham Carter, as much as I'd be sad to lose her, she leaves behind a legacy of great film performances that will.
Totally. All right. So
Daniel, why don't you take the submission?
Lupone Fan says Donna Murphy, Nathan Lane, and Tracey Ulmann. Well, I mean, I saw Donna as Dolly, and she was so spectacular. So I'd have to see Nathan as Dolly. I mean, that would be pretty epic. And then
this is a very good one, I have to say.
This is a really good one.
Shut Up Lupone did real good.
And then I want Donna Murphy in concert, and I want it during quarantine, and I want it like on the same like home set that she performed Send in the Clowns on for the Sondheim birthday tribute.
Can we make this happen? Like,
Yeah.
seriously, Donna Murphy owes us a concert. It's been a long time. She won her first Tony, 35 years ago? 25 years ago. No, almost 30 years ago. She owes us a concert, you know, and we know she's not busy. Have I said anything bad about her on the pod that would prevent her from wanting to collaborate with us on such a presentation?
I don't know. We'll have to
we might have to scrub it, but
roll the tape.
You know, I'm 98% a huge fan. Like, I have nothing but love for Donna, and I want a concert.
Yes,
great choice.
All right, here's another one for you, Ben.
Okay, Jinx, Monsoon, Vendela, Creme, and Peaches Christ. Wonderful.
Good.
Well, I will definitely kill Vendela Creme. And I would like to see this is tough between Peaches and Jinx. I guess Jinx probably has a better voice than Peaches. I'd like to see them equally as Dolly, but why don't we put Jinx in concert and Peaches as Dolly? As a matter of fact, I would like Peaches not only to star in Dolly, but to also direct.
Yes, totally. Oh my God, all the little gay go-go boys she would have as the waiters. So good.
Fabulous. I have to say, I had the pleasure, the honor, the privilege of working with Peaches once. Peaches, I don't know, Peaches is a fabulous San Francisco-based drag queen. And she does these great productions, these drag versions of these like mix-ups. Like, what did we just see last summer? It was First Wives Fight Club. And it was Peaches.
I don't think that was Peaches, though.
Yeah, Peaches wrote that. Peaches just wasn't.
Oh, she wasn't in it.
But oh my God, the submissions are rolling in. So anyway, Peaches did this thing that was the Witches of East Village instead of Eastwick, and it was Peaches and Coco Peru and help me, Chad Michaels. And so I actually, when they brought it to New York, they had done it. It was originally Witches of East Bay in San Francisco. When they brought it to New York, thank you, Charles, I got to do the Jack Nicholson character.
I love it.
So we only had like 2 days of rehearsal, right? I thought it was going to be like a big, like, East Village, Bushwick kind of like, we were going to hold our scripts and just be like sort of ridiculous. No. They all had already done it. They were all to fucking work. I was a disaster into that rehearsal, and like everybody knew their shit and I didn't know anything. Coco Peru, heart attack. I'm sure she tried to get me fired behind the scenes because I was like drawing that down. They're like these like pros coming in to like quickly tech and work out the details in the new space, and I'm like, where are we? Anyway, but Joshua Grinnell, Peaches Christ, was such a great director. But honestly, like, I learned so much working with him because his energy was so gentle and supportive, and organized, and everybody could rely on him, trust him, lean on him, listen to him, and it shows. I mean, his work is so tight, and I would follow him anywhere. I would see anything he did, and so I think his Dolly would be fabulous.
I love that. We should also get Peaches on the podcast because I've listened to many an interview, and Peaches is such a fabulous guest, so smart and interesting.
Yeah. I feel like this episode has gotten better. I was like so nervous about the first all beef patty starting out. I just like couldn't think of what to do, and like, but now I feel like we're like back in the zone.
Yeah. Okay, we have one last one. It has to be a lightning round.
Okay, this is for you.
Okay, Justin Vivian Bond, Aaron Markey, and Penny Arcade. Oh my God, this is so hard. I mean, obviously I have to see Justin Vivian Bond as Dolly, because I really want that anyway. Oh God, the other two. You know what? I have to see Aaron because I love Penny Arcade, but I've seen Aaron Markey in concert before, like in her weird like downtown concert, and her voice is so incredible, and she has such like a feral stage presence that's so
feral is a great word for her.
Yeah, so I'm here for that, and I got to see it again. Sorry, Penny. Okay, we have 10 seconds. Can you do this one?
Maleficent, Ursula, and Jafar. Yes, absolutely. I want to see Ursula as Dolly, Maleficent in concert kill Jafar.
All right. Peace out.
They keep coming in.
Tuesday, Thursday, April, August.
Time heals everything. It's a song. And time heals everything.